Are you a previous reader of They Ask, You Answer? You've been applying its principles and now you've heard of Endless Customers, the book, and you're saying, well, what's the difference and why do I need it? What's changed? Well, I want to answer that in this video right now because we're seeing change right now in the world faster than at any point. I've been a business owner for 25 years. They Ask, You Answer was written in 2017. The second edition came out in 2020. And now, as you're watching this, things with AI have become very, very different in a very short period of time. So if we look at what They Ask, You Answer was, for many people, many businesses, many agencies, They Ask, You Answer became the model of what content marketing should look like. It said, okay, if you want to become the most trusted voice in your market, you need to be willing to address these 5 subjects, which in They Ask, You Answer we call the Big 5. Now what's wild about the Big 5 is they're as important today, arguably more important today than they were when I first wrote the book in 2017 or when I first started talking about the Big 5, which is around 2012. People consistently are still looking for cost-based answers to their questions. They want to understand what the problems of the particular product or service is that they're researching. They want to be able to compare stuff. They want to look at reviews and they want to know what the best is. That's the Big 5. That has not changed, and that's always going to be true for as long as people are researching any type of product or service. But in November of 2022, we know that ChatGPT came out and it really started to change the world. As soon as it came out, I had many people come to me and say, Marcus, what does this mean for They Ask, You Answer? What does it mean for content marketing? What does it mean for websites? What does this mean for the future of the internet and the way people learn and the way people get their answers? And it's really valid questions because if you look at what's happened today, now we see that over 70% of searches in Google end up in no click at all. In other words, they're getting the answer right there on the page. And the other side of this too is for the better part of 20 some years, we've really just had to win 2 audiences. We had to win the customer. That's never going to change. We had to win search engines. The way we won search engines is we produced great content. You might call that content marketing, They Ask, You Answer, SEO, or we gave search engines money, is paid advertising. But what we're hearing today, people come to us and they say, I feel like I'm spending more than I've ever spent on Google Ads. I'm seeing less results than I've ever gotten. Many people that have had a lot of website traffic in the past are seeing their website traffic go down if they've been producing content for a long time. And this is because of that lower click-through rate when it comes to Google. And a lot of folks don't understand what it takes to be known and trusted, not just by humans and not just by Google, but by AI as well. In other words, AI visibility. Is AI recommending your business? This is the reason why I realized it was so important to produce this new book, Endless Customers Now. What we also knew we needed to do was create more of a system. So if you're familiar with Traction and EOS, that's the Entrepreneur Operating System, so that you can get more stuff done. We like to think of Endless Customers in many ways as a traction for digital sales and marketing today. It's built upon 4 core pillars. We call it the 4 pillars of a known and trusted brand. And when we say known and trusted, I want to reiterate that that means known and trusted by humans, known and trusted by traditional search engines, and known and trusted by AI, so that they love you and they recommend you, all 3 entities. What's beautiful about having a system is there's a specific journey that you can follow and steps that you can follow, so you don't feel like, and I know you've probably experienced this before, you read a book and you're like, okay, so now like, how do I get started? It feels right, but I don't really know what to do first. I don't know what my priorities should be. Endless Customers has that for you, and it also has a companion guide, which is exceptional. So what we do within the companion guide, we talk about the latest tips, techniques, tools, etc., that have a finite lifespan, if you will, that really wouldn't go in the book. But they are perfect for a companion guide because we continue to update it so that you have the latest and greatest when it comes to prompts, when it comes to AI tools, when it comes to strategies, things that are working so much. We wrote this book so that you could be prepared from a sales and marketing standpoint for the next 5 to 10 years. That's our commitment. That's our promise to you. And if you follow the system, you're going to become that most known and trusted brand. And now, unlike They Ask, You Answer, which didn't talk about AI, Endless Customers talks a lot about it, so you can win that AI race that is happening in your industry right now. And so in the near future, when everybody has shifted over from legacy search to getting their immediate answer on AI, that AI is recommending you. And that's the power of Endless Customers. And that's why I knew it was time to write the book.